ISP stands for the Ignatian Spirituality Project.
The mission of ISP is really to provide a spiritual retreat to end homelessness. That's what we're after.
We believe that everyone, men and women who are homeless, have a spiritual life, and that spiritual life needs to be attended to.
When you enter a program of any kind, your self-esteem is not that healthy. So that little tidbit of information was a jewel. Oh, really? You chose me out of, I don't know, 130 possible people?
Being in this context with these men, sharing deeply out of their vulnerability, their brokenness, puts me in touch with my own and calls me to find God in those places as well.
For the men and women who are homeless and go on our retreats, cost is a prohibiting factor.
We tell our potential collaborators is that this retreat will cost you nothing but your weekend. And that really frees people because they know that all that's being asked of them is to show up.
For many of them, of course, too, like having a private room, maybe even a private shower and really good food, and all of those things kind of create an atmosphere that is welcoming, as well as the staff there is very welcoming. So there's a sense of hospitality, a sense of beauty, a sense of silence that for many of them, they don't get that sense of quiet. This is something that Ignatius invited retreatants to do on his retreats.
ISP was founded by Father Bill Creed, a Jesuit priest in Chicago. Father Creed, along with Ed Shurna, the director for the Chicago Coalition for the Homeless, began offering retreats to the men and women living on the streets of Chicago.
Imagine being in Grand Central Station or a New York City subway 24/7. That's what being in transitional housing is like, or a shelter, or even prison. It's never quiet. To experience silence like that was profound. And I shared that with Jim.
David made one of the retreats, one of the overnight retreats, and in getting to know him even in that short, small way, I felt like here's a man who could bring real leadership to these retreats.
What a lot of our participants realize by the end of the retreat is that they are called back. They want to go back. They want to take the gift of this retreat and share it with others.
David shared with us how his own gift of acting has formed him as an ISP retreat leader.
Through sobriety, acting now has returned to just being magical. A few of the men, in turn, received permission from that to talk about things that they had never revealed before. That means the world to me because it plants seeds for healing.
The homeless have many, many needs, but I think the uniqueness of ISP is that they focus on a relationship with God.
ISP is unique in that it acknowledges men like myself.
ISP is now in 19 cities throughout the United States. We began in the Midwest and we quickly spread to the East Coast, down south, and out to the West Coast.
That growth is saying something about both the need and the vision and the leadership of ISP.
These retreats are people putting their beliefs into actions.
ISP is an opportunity to experience something for the first time and to be changed forever after.
For more information on ISP and other Jesuit works, visit these sites.